New Vrindavan, 1976. Prabhupada came. I was in Cleveland, so, you know, New York came and Boston, everybody comes. And I was standing by the door of the kitchen, and Prabhupada was getting a tour of the kitchen by Kirtanananda, and I think Brahmananda, and they were coming through. But on the outside of the kitchen was a puddle of water, about this big, you know, that deep. So I had a chadar. I was a brahmachari. I took my chadar off. It was a wool chadar, beautiful, saffron dyed. And I thought I was going to be a hero. So throw my chadar down, Prabhupada would walk on it, and I would be a hero. It didn't work that way. When I threw the chadar down, Prabhupada's looking around, and he caught me in the motion of throwing the chadar. And he went like this, and he went, no, no! And then he went. So I got real upset and I buried my head. I was kneeling down as he walked by, and I put my head in the door so I couldn't see him. And I looked down at the chadar to see if he'd step on it. And he stopped for a moment, and he stepped right on it, and then left. But two things. One, the first thing, it didn't go down. It was like he was so light that it just glided across it. It didn't sink or get wet or water come up. But the other thing was, I took from that somebody else that was proud of themselves might go, oh, look what they're doing for me. Oh, I'm so important. But he didn't want you to waste a good chadar on him. That's how humble he was. It was like, they were serious. No, no. From your guru. No, no. But it was too late. It was already in the air. And that's the story. So I took away that his humility. He didn't look for praise. He wanted you to serve Krishna and utilize everything for Krishna and not for him. Unless it's, you know, prasadam or something. But that's all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That was one
Appreciate it.
incident. And it shows you, you may think you get a result, but complete opposite result will happen. Keep going to the deities. There was a story once of a devotee that painted the ceiling, those murals. And he was like looking for praise. Prabhupada came out to look at him, and he went and kept walking. Because he knew the mind of the devotee. You know, this devotee wants praise. I'm like, it's service. So in the same way, you may have known what I was thinking. I was really trying to be a hero. Like, oh, finally my chance to save the day. Complete opposite. You got sauced.
He used to say, God proposes, man proposes, God disposes.
Yeah.
He used to say.
That's true. Exactly the story.
So how you feel now that the movement was very active in those days? Now,
Well, America has dwindled, as you can see. Just go to any temple. But it's really picked up in Russia, Moscow Harinam, you know, and India. All the temples in India, Siliguri, you know where that is. That's
Siliguri, Assam.
Yeah.
Siliguri is West Bengal.
West Bengal.
And
Not
then
that
Attapur,
Attapur near Hyderabad.
Rohini, the
Rohini.
new temple they just built,
in
and of
Delhi.
course Mayapur. You can't compete.
compare.
That is the glory. That is ISKCON's capital.
Headquarters.
This used to be the Western world capital.
Los Angeles was the Western world capital of the Hare Krishna movement.
It was here, back in Europe.
Here.
When Prabhupada was here, it was big.
We are fortunate that we are we are with one of Prabhupada's disciple, His Grace Anadi Prabhu.
He's a Prabhupada
And-
disciple too.
Yeah, His Grace
Purudas.
Puru Prabhu. Focus. So we are fortunate that in Los Angeles we have. It is my fortune that I am seeing.
No,
these
you should see,
wonderful connections through Prabhupada. I mean, you know, you have
Well,
connection with
check out
Prabhupada. And here is Mataji. She is also Prabhupada disciple. She is Vyas Mataji. So we are fortunate. This is my glorious day that I can see some of the Prabhupada disciples.
Well, you got to check out Brigupati.
Yeah, I often see him in the lectures.
Dear Lalita is here. A fabulous devotee. You know, he's out right now at the Griffith Observatory. You should go up there. He's got a big book table
Yes.
with like 100 books, and he's a fired up. You know him, right?
Yeah.
I have seen him in the
His,
videos.
yeah, his boy.
Bhakti
He's
Das
out right
Maharaj,
now.
the program he comes.
He always glorifies.
There's a bunch of other devotees that are. Those are the real Vaishnavas. I'm on my way out.
Okay.
Have you?
You, Prabhu, you want to say something
No,
To inspire
I'm
us?
not- I'm not
to inspire
very,
us? To inspire us, we are your.
I'm afraid I don't have anything that comes to mind, especially if I have a camera trained on me.
I'll tell you another story.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold and then stop.
3 in Dallas, Texas, temple. Srila Prabhupada came, and we came up from Houston, which was just a house. Now it's a big temple. We went to see Srila Prabhupada, and when he came in, since we were visitors, we were in the back. I was the last one standing.
Here?
And Prabhupada bowed down before Gaur Nitai,
For the young ladies?
and I noticed when he bowed down, right above,
You hear
there were
everything.
4 pictures
This is my home. Where am I going
of,
to go?
you know, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Gorkishore, and Srila Bhakti Vinod. And they all had garlands except Srila Prabhupada. There was no garland. And I think they took it off because he was here personally. And I went, I said, oh no, there's no garland on Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada's just getting up, and Kalachandji's flute, it was a long flute, there was a yellow rose on the flute. It fell off, landed on the picture, and stayed there on top of the picture. It was gracefully. So now Prabhupada had a flower. As soon as I thought it, and I said, that's good enough for me. He got up, he looked. Anyway, that's another story. That was more Kalachandji getting involved. But yeah, as soon as you think something, the flower fell right. You know, usually it fall on the picture and fall over. But for it to land on the picture up and stay there, a rose, roses are very, but it went, and it was, it fell like so graceful, like, not like you did it or I did it, but like God did it. You know, like the Supreme, when he does it, it's perfect. When I saw that, I went, oh, okay.
It is said that one who desires, then his spiritual desires is fulfilled. It is an indication that flowers fell down. That was your spiritual desire. That you
Yeah,
wanted to
I
offer
wanted a
the
garland
flower.
on the picture. I mean, you know, I think we all did, but I saw it. But everybody else was down, even Srila Prabhupada. And back in those days, the Pujari blew the conch shell, and they took it off the altar to wash, at least at that temple. It wasn't like they stayed on the altar, they went off. So I was the only one who observed it. So one devotee asked me, were there any eyewitnesses? I go, well, I don't know. He goes, well, then I don't know if that's true. But it's true, it's just a simple thing. But just as he was getting up, it fell. It was like a a little drama that was pre-scripted. You know, it was like everything fell into place perfect. That's Prabhupada. When he came, the room just changed. It was like this wave came in the room that was from like spiritual, and you could just feel it. I have a few others, but they're nothing personal.
Mandari Prabhu, did you have talk with Siddhanta memories?
No,
You should do it.
no, I don't have anything.
Siddhanta did very good.
Oh yeah, the memories. But so many devotees had much more contact.
Yeah, every devotees have their feelings and experience. Everybody, some of them have written about that, and many devotees have not. I mean, when I asked the same thing to His Grace Jasumatilan Prabhu, he said, I tried once to write, but somehow I lost it. Then I said, okay, now from onwards, I will ask you something and I will record it. Some of the things I have recorded, but it was, it was very, the time was very, he left as soon as I started interacting with him. The time had come and he has left. Few moments I have recorded.
Yeah, but mostly we just did the books. 12 hours a day, 9 till 9.
Yeah.
He knows. We go out 12 hours,
Yeah.
rain, snow, blizzard.
My Guru Maharaj used to say that the day when we joined, we have to start chanting 16 rounds. And there was no way. We have to, as we joined, we have to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, we did too.
There was no exception. everyone did it. So that was a very high
That was
Standard.
high
And you have to stay in
standard.
temple as well.
So that's no longer the norm?
Only those who are full time.
Living in the temple.
Yeah, and some who are out, very rarely, some who are outside, they are doing it.
Yeah.
They are not, standard is not so much. Only it is supposed that who are temple devotees or full time or brahmacharis
So
are doing it
It's falling off all over the
all over.
United States and all that?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
here?
Well,
Yeah.
people are dying. You know, the Prabhupada disciples are dying, getting too old to come. Like I'm almost 80 now.
Recently we lost His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj last year.
Oh yeah,
Last year.
these are
So he
great.
was also,
I mean, he started so many temples. Amazing. And Bhakti Charu Swami,
yes.
we were in contact with him.
Yeah, it was the same year when Jasumatinan Prabhu also left. The same
We
year.
did the video, you know, the poison conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
There's a video out called, that we blasted the poison conspiracy with Maheshwar. So I did that with him. Took us 3 years to amass all the evidence and do a big video. It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah,
Is there?
it's got 10,000 hits.
Okay.
The BBT wants it shown, but Bhakti Charu supported us, and we asked him. He said, "They're all fake allegations,"
Yes.
because it's by Bhakti Charu, I have the letter. He said, when Prabhupada left, I didn't become a guru, so what's my motive? So, but he was so humble, he said, I guess from a previous life, I'm having to suffer false accusation. You know, you know him, right? You've seen him?
Yeah.
Such a soul. But anyway, Brigapati, off the charts. Can't hold him down. But yeah, it was really good. I saw Srila Prabhupada about 6 times. But mostly our focus, because I was in the second wave. I wasn't with the original group of the early pioneers.
But you
So-
were in the Radha Damodar bus party.
Yeah, 8 months. And our job, when we joined, was already organized enough. Your job is book distribution. That's all we did, chant, get your rounds done, eat some dal and rice for breakfast, and go out. No, we had a lunch once in a while. We didn't eat another meal.
And Sunday was a feast.
Oh yeah, big feast. But during the feast, we were so fired up. We'd mop the temple room, and then we'd grab our book bags and go out door to door until the feast. Because we get 4 hours in. 4 hours is a lot. Because they're cooking, and we miss the arti because the books are more important than going to the arti. I mean, at least that was the mood. That was Boston. Temple, 72.
I have heard that Prabhupada used to say that only one man should stay in the temple, and he is a pujari, and everyone should go out.
Yeah,
for
that's exactly
Sankirtan.
what we did. We didn't come back. We didn't know what the deities ate. At night, the pujaris were supposed to save us milk and popcorn or peanuts. Nothing. And then they'd leave all the dishes. They couldn't. And so we come in and we go clean all their dishes and take rest in the hall. Just lay out in a coat. We grab someone's jacket. Because all the sleeping bags were, see, back then you didn't own anything. Everything was thrown in a pile. Even your copins were, grab whatever was there. That was 72, 70. And Rupa Nuga Maharaj came through and said, we got to stop this. It's not sanitary. You got to put your name on your clothes in the corner here. And that's when we started, He
Getting
said,
civilized.
frankly, when I see you, we'd go out with mismatching socks. I'd have a big boot here and a galosher there. And I'd have socks for gloves in the winter. He goes, it's too much like a zoo. We got to get real gloves, pay for gloves, and get real. Nobody had a dhoti. We used sheets from the linen store,
Prabhupada festival.
right? And the women just had sheets. We didn't know what a sari was. And then they started coming. We go, what's this? Wow, that's a dhoti? Oh, look at that color. See that blue? Wow, this is cool because a sheet just puffs out. You look cool. It wasn't the same cotton. But anyway, that was the early days. Well, we'd go out, you'd grab someone's coat, I'd grab somebody's coat, I'd be like this. Out. But yeah, Rupa Nuga Maharaj straightened that out. He toured all the temples and said, stop this. We have to be uniform. That's when all this came. The end of 74.
તમે બી અહીંયા છો
અહીંયા હતી હવે જવું ઘરે
રોજ જાઉં છું
ના ના 2 દિવસ
જાઉં છું પહેલા તો
About
જરાય
73 it started getting good,
15
yeah.
દિવસ
So I came at the tail end of the crazy dress.
લીંબુ
It had already been going on for a while.
ઓકે હરી બોલ
And it was so bad,
હરી બોલ
they would put us in a car. In Boston, we had a car. This was in 1970. I came in 70 for a week. And they put us in a car, a convertible, in the snow to go to Sankirtan. And I remember they put a bunch of devotees in the trunk, closed the trunk. I go, what? They got guys in the trunk? So we go downtown to the Boston Commons, big park. And And when they opened the trunk, the devotees popped out with the Madonna. They go, Hare Krishna. It was like a Jack in the Box. Those pop. They go, Hare Krishna. They popped up with the
Such
Madonna
enthusiastic.
going. We're
such
ready.
high energy.
That was Buddhi Manta. If anybody knows Buddhi
Buddhimata
Manta,
Prabhu, yes. I have heard only.
he is wild. He was a wild. He would dance around with flowers in each hand, then pass them out. He'd dance like crazy too, like way up in the air, in the snow.
He had a brother.
Maybe.
I
But the
think-
original Buddhi Manta was just so on fire. The time I was there. In 70, I saw him in 72.
So Rameshwar Prabhu was there.
No, he's here.
His brother is also there.
Oh, Rameshwar?
Yeah.
He had a brother?
We don't know he has a brother.
Maybe actually three to four devotees were named that they used to travel and distribute the Krishna book, which came in 1972, big volume Krishna book.
Yeah.
So I think there is a reference of Buddhimata Prabhu.
Yeah,
Is
Buddhi Manta was definitely.
And Rameshwar
Oh, you
Prabhu-
might be thinking of Mahabodhi.
No, Buddhimata.
He was. Now that was another great devotee.
Okay.
Oh, he did all the colleges. There was so many, it was just. So I was always just like in the back of the room. Just do books.
We're
Just
not
do
talking
books.
about Beja Puri.
That's all we did. Concerts.
Beja.
One of our tricks we learned from Adi Keshava. He took a stack of books, put them up to his chin, and he'd walk around and he'd go, "Here, can you take one of these?" And the people would take it because he thought they were going to fall over. You go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That's for you." And we're just out collecting donations
Is it service
for the love of God. And they go, "Oh, yeah, okay." So when my stack got down, I put more up. And I go, "Oh, we'll pass these out." It worked. Oh man, you can do 240 beyond birth and death. Like, phew.
Is this service dog?
He is.
Adi Keshava. If this gets out to Adi Keshava, I want him to hear this. In 72, he was in Boston. He knows. He told me I trained him up to do books. But in 2 days, he was doing more than anybody. So when we go to sleep at night in the ashram, it was an old beat-up room with a broken window with snow coming in. We never fixed it. Just big broken glass, laying there, and whatever we could grab, a sweater or coats. And in the middle of the night, we hear, "Please take a book, sir, take a book." And we jump up. Everybody sat up. And Adi Kesh is there having a dream or nightmare. Because he would go out on Sankirtan, and if they wouldn't take a book, he'd grab their leg. And they would drag him down the street. He'd go, "No, I can't let you go. You have to take this book." So then we'd go to sleep. And 20 minutes later, again, "Sir, take a book, we're passing these out." And we set up again. We look at everybody and go, "Whoa, man." He was so on fire. So that's where Adi Keshava,
Yeah.
Maharaj.
There's one book called Our Family Business, written by His Grace Vaishyaka Prabhu. So he mentioned these names which you have mentioned. Adikeshwar Prabhu, Buddhimata Prabhu. Yeah.
He said
About
what?
about these books and book distribution. So
Yeah.
he refers to these names, these devotees.
Yeah. Yeah, Adi Kesh was big.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
He was the biggest in Boston. For a time, me and Ramacharya were the big guys. And,
Accordion.
huh?
Clear.
No, for
You sure
distributing.
reality is
Books.
the one.
It was competition.
Yes, competition.
He did
Between
60
temples.
books. Well, I got it
Different
made.
temples.
Yeah.
And once Prabhupada said that now I'll come to Los Angeles because you are distributing this Krishna book. So now, next time I am coming to stay with you in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was the reward for doing so many books. But yeah, it was good. Good memories. But the Boston Temple, they got a new one. Same deity. Very merciful deities. I think it's Radha Gopalabha. Yeah, that's Boston. Little grass,
That's good, really.
but beautiful. You know what's funny? I was there in '72 and I came from a Christian background. So I had to adjust to deities from idols, because of Christianity, they're idols. So I'm looking at the devotees and I'm seeing how nice they are. And I said, you could go to hell for this, from Christianity's point. So I'd rather go to hell with the Hare Krishnas than to heaven with the Christians. Then I stayed. That's how I stayed.
Yeah, that is.
Although there are nice Christians out there, there's so one. I've talked to a few. They're just like devotees. They just haven't had the exposure. Innocent. I do remember once in Dallas that same day. I'll give you the condensed story. Right along?
Yeah, yeah.
So Prabhupada, get this. Prabhupada's sitting there talking, and he cleared his throat. And he's looking for a cup. So I'm in the back. And something happened, I won't go into it, but I bolted out the door, ran down the hall, grabbed a box of cups. All while Prabhupada's got this phlegm in his throat. And I grabbed the whole cart case, and I'm running down the hall. I tear the case open, throw it all in the hall, and get 50 cups out of a case of about 1,000. I got 50, and I'm getting near the door, and I go, I took 49 and threw them all in the hall, scattered everywhere. Opened the door, and gave the cup to Brahmananda. He gave it to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada went, and I was covered in sweat. I went, that's got to be the most menial service ever done. Then I thought, I should go out and clean up the mess, but I ain't doing it. So somebody opened the door, and the whole hall is filled with cups. But now, I hope the devotee sees that. He goes, that's the guy. Because, see, that was the girl cooler. It looked like kids that just, I bet some kids got in trouble. You did this. Oh, God, that was funny. That was a wild day. What do? You got to have a cup. No, it's... I think it's summed up what Narada Muni said. Narada Muni was traveling all over the universe and smiling. Patala Loka. I think he was asked, why are you smiling? And the reason was that they're picking up trash. He realized that everything is under the control of Krishna. And everything's going on very nicely. That's the way it is. It looks like there's a skirmish, but Krishna's ultimately in control of everything. And whether ISKCON's mad here now, going well in India, Europe, it's going well in New York too. Chanting in New York, big Harinams, London, giant Harinams. that's about it.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Right. Nice bead bag. You got a zipper on there? See, we would never have something like that.
These are now.
Well, you got
new.
two.
Yeah, I'm not using it. Actually, nowadays
But
it
you can
comes
put
like
your
this
keys
only.
in there.
It's messed up.
I don't use it.
Deity flowers.
It
Thank
comes
you
very
for-
complex nowadays. I want simple, but and this is also I want without pictures.
Oh, you know, Sri Rama didn't like chatters with the whole thing. They tried to give him one. He said, I cannot wear it. It's offensive. You know, the Hare Krishna chatter.
Yeah.
क्या हुआ?